Hello everyone, this is Redragon back with another episode of DC Universe Online. So back in October, they changed around the daily rewards a little bit, right about the first week. So November is actually the first full month where it's on the new system. October was like half and half. But basically the change was they took the stabilizers out of the daily rewards as well as from various vendors in the game, and they put it back into the stabilizer event. So the reasoning behind that was they were trying to combat exploitation of the daily rewards, and the stabilizer is clearly one of the top items, both importance, value, and disparity between member and non-member. So the exploit was, it's basically the gold seller supply chain where they're building an account passively to offload or to sell, and daily rewards allows them to do that. So moving it into the stabilizer event, which unfortunately is inconvenient for all of the law-abiding players, but it does force the exploiters to have to interact and actually run the game to get rewards. So as a result, we're going to look at the November layout of daily rewards. So we're already through the month, so we're just going to go back all the way back to day one and compare everything. And I am on a premium account, so the ones lit up are the legendary row at the bottom that I can't have access to. So this is a better visual for us to compare member versus non-member. So remember, a member gets all of the non-member stuff as well as this bottom row. So okay, so looking at day one, it's the armor and the fate tokens have not changed. So the top row for the free players is going to be some kind of armor that's already in the game, and there's a more premium one at the bottom, which is it's often something new or it's rarer than the top one. So for November, it was an enhanced version of Godling Wonderpunk from the current episode. So in the current episode, you can only get the regular version of this from the vendor or from the purple drops. So the enhanced version is just like the shinier, more special effects version. Okay, so difference between member and non-member is the catalyst. So this is one of the important ones. So for the non-member, you only get Dionysium, which is the lower but more common catalyst. And then for the upper level artifact levels, you get Paradox and Quantum Field Energy for the member. So it is a pretty big mark savings. This one I would rate kind of in the middle, because that's not a huge difference. You're just getting 2 of the 5 of the higher ones, which they kind of drop okay in the game, and you could buy them for marks. So what this is really doing is it's saving you a bunch of marks. So yeah, the disparity is probably, it's not that bad. This is an okay membership benefit. On day 2, the difference is the nth metal. So we're talking about flawless 2 versus 6, or it's actually 2 versus 8, because remember that the members get both rows. So it's a 4x. Most of these items are 4x difference, but some impact the game a little bit more than others. So the nth metal, I would say, is that's an okay difference. I mean, it's only 1000 XP, but 4 times for member versus non-member is okay with me. This one here is a pretty big difference. On day 3, you're talking about a solid MK19, which is the current one, the current Mark IV exabytes, and that is the middle gray. And then versus the perfected one. The perfected one is significantly better because not just the XP, like you could see the huge XP difference. But this one can be used on a current episode augment, and at this point in the game we're kind of mid-level, so we are still building these, and so this is a significant jump over this one. So this is a huge benefit for our members. Day number 4, the different again, I'm ignoring the fate tokens and armor because that's the same as before. The source mark difference is it's also like this was also an old thing. This was new. The perfected exabyte is new. The marks is a 2 to 10. So it is a 5x, but source marks have much less value than some of the other items. The main metas in the game are anything to do with augments, artifacts, and allies. Source marks, like, they drop everywhere. You even get them for free. And you know, just a bounty run on the outside, one bounty will get you 8. So this is almost a non-factor, even though it's a 5x difference between member and non-member, just because you can get them so quickly and in large amounts. So a 2 and 8 are nearly equivalent when it comes to source marks. Day 5, a significant one, talking about 600 versus 2200 for a member, and I just mentioned that Ally Faber is one of the metas. It's the newest meta. So even though it's a similar like difference multiplier, this one is a big member benefit. And then moving on to day 6, Soda Call Ultimate, I don't really put that much weight on it. It is a marketplace item, but you know, like if you have the Kryptonian soda, you don't really need that. So this is a small benefit. Well, actually, both membership levels get that. The subscriber will get the Destiny token, so that is a big deal. The Omega's not so much. That's kind of moderate. 10 versus 0. But they do drop in other parts of the game. So this one is like medium. However, the Destiny token is huge. And moving on to day 7, again there's that nth metal difference, so 7 is the same as 2. So I think there are 2 days of nth metal on week 1 because of the missing stabilizers. Yeah, that was the thing that was removed in October. So they're filling in the stabilizer days with something else. So moving on to the second week. Yeah, day 8 already has one of the new items. They're giving you a catalyst from 2 episodes ago. And then there's a raid cache from 2 episodes ago. This is probably arguable. It could be really significant if you have a lot of alts that are various levels. This can be a big help. Like what I've been doing is I'm passing down the raid cache to a much lower character, simply because most of the items are tradable. The one that is not, if you look at the menu, is the generator mod. So by passing that to the lowest possible character, you're actually buffing that character by a lot. Because let's say you have a leveling character and then you have a 44.3 generator mod on that character. Like, that stat is better than like probably all the armor combined if the character is low enough. And then the other stuff, you just trade it across the account as needed. But the thing is, this could have zero value if you're one of the accounts that has like everyone already at endgame. In that case, this would have zero value. So this one will vary from player to player. If I was Daybreak, what I would do is check the analytics to see what active accounts have all characters at endgame and which ones don't. And if there's a vast difference between the two, then I would adjust this accordingly. So this one, it's going to be useful to some of you and maybe not others, but we don't know the analytics difference between the two. Only Daybreak would know that. Day 9 is same as the other week with the source marks, so this one, not a big difference. Then again with the ally favor, so this one is a good one, a good day. And then we're looking at alliances for day 11. So yeah, this would be significant because the mark difference between the rare and epic are pretty big. It would be nice if they chucked a legendary here, but again, what I think they're trying to do, with the same reasoning why the stabilizers were removed, I'm thinking none of the huge items would be in daily rewards because it's too passive. So still, like an exploiter or a gold seller, account seller, would still be able to grab all these items. But I guess there's nothing here really that huge where they could build the account passively. Let's see, day 12, we're going with Nth Metal again, so that's a repeat, but then they're throwing in a Destiny token. So this is another highlight day for members. Day 13 is similar to 8 in that they're moving up now. It's one episode back, so it's the raid cache and a catalyst. So the same reasoning as day 8. You got to go to the analytics. Do most players have them across the spectrum, have their tunes across the spectrum, in which this would be very useful. Then it's another mark day for 14, so that's kind of weak. Moving on to 15, going with ally favor, so thumbs up on that one. And then 16, unfortunately, this is not a huge difference. Again, we're talking about 3 flawed MK17, and then 9 pristine MK17. So this is like, that's 2 bytes back. It's 2 marks back, which is a little confusing because if you go back to week 1, they gave you the 19, right? So why'd they downgrade that to two episodes for this one? And also, you're not getting that that special one that could be used in both places. The perfected exobytes. It would be nice if they had another one of those. Okay, so day 17, nth metal, so that's a plus. And then we're going to... Okay, the cursor kind of got messed up as I scrolled. Okay, so day 18. Now this is actually useful because they're giving you the current catalyst and a current raid cache. So this is actually really good if you happen to be an inactive member and you're logging on for the rewards. This is basically giving you more than a raid's worth, because it's guaranteeing you, the payment for the raid plus the drops are much better than the raid itself. Because you could end up with no purple in a raid, or sometimes no exobyte or no catalyst. And then day 19 is the marks, so that's not too useful. Then you move on to day 20 with ally favor. If they just removed marks altogether and just made the ally favor or nth metal, it would be much better. The marks are almost like no value because there's too many in the game. Okay, and then day 21 is the special drop. So the non-members do get their first Destiny token here. So if we look at the Destiny tokens, the member gets 2 versus 1 if you're a non-member. And then of course there's the exclusive style that members get right away, and non-members have to wait till it drops down a couple of months into the Dr. Fate vendor. And then all the bonus days, it's just it's a 4x on the Fate tokens. These used to have more weight than before, because previously we'd be able to trade these at the Fate vendor for stabilizer fragments. But currently, with that taken out of the vendor, there's not much to spend these on, unless you're a new account trying to catch up with those old vault styles and stuff. But for someone who's been around for years, these have very, very little value. So we're talking about seven-ish bonus days here, where you're not getting much of a difference. And then we're at the end of the month. So that's just a comparison of member versus non-member. The total amount shouldn't really change. It's just that we were looking at, I guess, like the raid caches and stuff from current episodes plus 2 episodes back, because those are sort of the highlights, the new items that were not there back in September or earlier. So what do you think of the new items? Are they worth it? Are the old raid caches worth it for you? But keep in mind that none of this actually changed the value of membership, because you're still getting all the same stuff. And actually, when you do the stabilizer event, it does end up with slightly more than what you were getting from daily rewards. The only thing is that you have to run that 1-minute instance per day, rather than previously it was just a click on the daily rewards, and then you could buy extra from some of the vendors. So it's just less passive now. I'm not sure how they could get that back to being passive without like helping out the exploiters. So unfortunately, it's because of the exploiters that we have to do the stabilizer event. In a perfect world, it should just be back in daily rewards. But anyway, that's probably the reason for the move. But at least it's a solo here now, because when it was a duo back in the beginning of last month and earlier, it would still allow exploiters to take advantage of the actual engaging player. But with it being a solo, for us, for honest players, we just run it pretty quickly. We don't have to worry about the QA popping, and we don't have to deal with an inactive user that's exploiting yourself. And if you are an exploiter, you actually have to play for that 1 minute. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll do that, but it's taking a minute away from each attempt that they were kind of AFK farming before, which could multiply, you know, when you have a PC that has multiple windows. So, but anyway, that is my take on the current state of the daily rewards. Thanks for watching.